In the vast and untamed expanse of the American West, where the Sierra Nevada mountains stand sentinel over rolling pastures and crystal-clear lakes, there exists a place that has come to symbolize the very heart and soul of classic television westerns. Welcome back, dear friends, to the mighty Ponderosa Ranch, that sprawling kingdom of pine-scented forests, hard-working cowboys, and unbreakable family bonds that defined an era. As we delve into this remarkable double-episode arc from the iconic series Bonanza, we are transported once more to the golden age of 1960s television, a time when stories were told with sweeping moral clarity, raw, emotional honesty, and a deep reverence for the land and its people. This script, rich with the flavor of frontier life, does not merely entertain. It invites us to sit by the metaphorical campfire, to feel the dust on our boots and the weight of hard choices upon our shoulders, and to reconnect with the enduring spirit of the American West. The Cartwright family stands as the beating heart of this world. Patriarch Ben Cartwright, portrayed with the gravelly wisdom and unyielding integrity that only a performer of lawn green stature could bring to life, embodies the pioneer dream realized through sweat, sacrifice, and moral fortitude. A man who crossed the plains with nothing but determination, and 3 young sons, Ben has built the Ponderosa into a testament to responsible stewardship of the land. In these episodes, we witness him not as a distant authority figure, but as a man deeply rooted in his convictions, willing to face down greed and violence to protect what he believes in. His voice carries the echoes of countless settlers who shaped the West, yet it is tempered by a profound sense of justice that refuses to yield to the easy path of exploitation. Beside him are his sons, each a distinct branch of the family tree, together forming an unbreakable oak. There is Adam, the eldest, whose intellectual sharpness and architectural vision reflect the thoughtful planning that built the ranch. Hoss, the gentle giant whose massive frame belies a heart as vast as the open range, brings a tenderness and loyalty that shines especially brightly in the poignant moments of this story. And little Joe, the fiery youngest, injects youthful energy and impulsive courage into every confrontation. Their dynamics, forged through shared hardships and deep affection, form the emotional core that makes Bonanza transcend the typical Western formula. In this script, we see them united against external threats, yet each man's individual character adds layers of complexity to the unfolding drama. The story opens with the arrival of strangers on Ponderosa land, setting the stage for conflicts that ripple outward like stones cast into a still mountain lake. John Pennington, his gravely ill sister Emily, and the volatile Blake McCall represent the influx of ambitious outsiders drawn to the promise of Virginia City and the Comstock Lode. Their journey through the ranch is more than a simple passage. It becomes a clash of worldviews. Pennington and McCall carry with them the shadow of hydraulic mining, a destructive force that has already scarred the California landscape with uprooted timber, washed-away mountains, and orchards buried under layers of mud. Ben's firm stand against allowing such operations near his watershed lands is not born of stubbornness, but of hard-won wisdom. He has seen the long-term consequences of short-sighted greed, and his passionate defense of the land resonates as a timeless reminder of environmental responsibility in the face of progress. As the narrative unfolds, the script masterfully interweaves personal stakes with broader societal tensions. The tender, heartbreaking romance between Hoss and the dying Emily stands as one of the most emotionally resonant elements. Hoss, often the comic relief, or the strong, silent type in lesser hands, reveals surprising depths of gentleness and poetic sensitivity. His descriptions of a hidden canyon filled with dogwood blossoms and goldback ferns that shimmer like stardust capture a lyrical beauty rarely afforded to such a character. Their scenes together, filled with quiet conversations about trust, beauty, and the fragility of life, elevate the entire production. Emily's quiet courage in facing her mortality and Hoss's unwavering devotion, despite knowing the painful truth, create moments of profound humanity that linger long after the credits roll. This double-episode arc also courageously tackles the complexities of relations with Native American peoples, specifically the Paiute under Chief Winnemucca. The wrongful blame placed upon them for the Wilson Station massacre, actually perpetrated by Bannocks of the Shoshone tribe, ignites the threat of war. Here, the writing shines in its nuanced portrayal. It avoids simplistic stereotypes, instead presenting proud, principled people defending their way of life while highlighting the hysteria and prejudice that can sweep through frontier settlements. Ben Cartwright's efforts to seek truth and prevent bloodshed underscore the show's commitment to themes of justice and understanding, even in an era when such portrayals were not always common on television. The golden age of television westerns, particularly in the 1960s, offered audiences more than mere shootouts and horseback chases. It provided moral parables wrapped in gripping drama, reflecting the hopes, fears, and values of a nation still coming to terms with its frontier past. Bonanza excelled in this tradition by grounding its stories in the rich soil of family loyalty and land stewardship. This script exemplifies that strength. The vivid descriptions of the Sierra landscape, the crackle of tension in confrontations, and the heartfelt dialogues reveal writing that understands the power of place and character. One can almost hear the creak of saddle leather smell, the pine needles underfoot, and feel the dry desert wind during the high-stakes sequences. What makes this arc particularly compelling is its seamless blending of intimate family moments with epic-scale conflict. From the initial standoff with the newcomers to the military maneuvers and hostage situations involving Adam, the pacing builds with masterful control. Greed in the form of McCall's ruthless ambition and the mining interests is pitted against honor represented by the Cartwright's Code. This thematic depth elevates the material beyond entertainment into something enduring. Viewers are invited to ponder the true cost of progress, the importance of environmental preservation, and the human capacity for both cruelty and compassion. As we embark on this detailed exploration across 15 parts, it is worth pausing to appreciate how Bonanza captured the American soul. The Ponderosa is not just a ranch, it is a symbol of resilience, of building something lasting through ethical means, of standing tall against forces that would tear down the natural world for quick profit. Ben Cartwright's legacy passed to his sons and to generations of viewers reminds us that true strength lies in integrity and familial bonds. In an age of rapid change and moral ambiguity, returning to these stories feels like coming home to a place where right and wrong still mattered, where the land was respected, and where heroes fought not only with guns but with principles. The script's imperfections, arising from what appears to be a rough transcription, only serve to highlight the underlying power of the dialogue and scenes. Even through the garbled words, the emotional truth rings clear. We hear Ben's measured voice confronting exploitation, Hoss's soft-spoken care for a dying woman, and the Paiute leader's dignified pleas for peace. These elements transport us back to the living rooms of the 1960s, where families gathered around black and white or early color televisions to witness tales that shaped a cultural understanding of the West. In celebrating this episode, we honor not only the performances and writing, but the broader impact of Bonanza itself. For over a decade, it brought the Cartwrights into American homes, teaching lessons of courage, compassion, and community. This particular arc, with its blend of personal tragedy, frontier intrigue, and larger questions of war and peace, stands as a shining example of why the series remains beloved. It captures the spirit of the American West in all its complexity, the beauty of the land, the struggles of its inhabitants, and the enduring hope that honor can prevail over greed. As the sun sets over the Ponderosa's tall pines and the cattle graze peacefully in the meadows, we feel a deep sense of nostalgia and gratitude. These stories endure because they speak to something fundamental within us, a yearning for a world where family stands together, where the land is cherished, and where even in the face of overwhelming odds, good men and women strive to do what is right. Welcome back indeed to this timeless world. The journey through these 15 parts will be one of rich discovery, scene-by-scene appreciation, and heartfelt reflection on a masterpiece of television storytelling.